This Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're going to get the chance to pick up these Dark Witch Diabell Star sleeves, these relatively amazing Horus sleeves, and the Sinful Spoils oversleeves. And, I mean, take a look at how these look. These are absolutely amazing. I'll leave a link down below to Sleeve Chief so you can get yours. And remember, discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase. Make sure you guys smash love and crap out of that subscribe button and get ready to laugh as we scrub out horribly at YCS Indy, actually happening just an hour or two. So make sure you guys enjoy that. So for this market watch, we're going to be looking at a lot of things that are expected to have some huge elevations or watch factors because of this weekend's YCS. All right, there's always going to be something that you're going to want to keep an eye on, or something that if somebody breaks something, there will be some sort of turnaround with it. And of course, Supreme King Darkworm, actually a lot of the pendulum stuff kind of checks into the wild card factor out of the weekend here. And you are seeing these have been going up. I mean, as of filming this, I mean, you had sales in the $9 to $10 range. And your lowest available right now are coming in about that solid $8 range. So that's something you got to kind of keep an eye on here. Now, obviously, you've got the lower rarity versions of these always floating around. Obviously, Zark is something to kind of keep an eye on, but the higher rarities only ever hit like $4. Gate Zeros actually are hitting about $2 at this point, so that's something else to kind of keep a wee little bit of an eye on here. But I'm just kind of curious to know, you know, could we see Gate Zero get cratered off of the market by some sort of, you know, build that somebody didn't expect? Anything is possible. And of course, beyond the pendulum, you know, we do have Exceed now in combination with this. This did get the reprint. I'm not expecting any sort of activity out of this card. I mean, the fact that it already had a secret printing and it got doubled down into another secret rare. Yeah, this shouldn't do anything too incredibly crazy. Now, this is where all of our hype around the weekend is kind of floating right now. Ken and Gen are projected to be some incredibly stupid cards. All right, and I mean, as of filming this, these are 110, 111, down from a former market price of much more. I mean, you had sales representing different numbers here. So I am kind of curious to know if Thrust is going to be the game changer out of the weekend, or if this is, you know, just kind of going to fall to the wayside. I mean, you already had these versions already kind of starting to break underneath 90 here. So very interesting. If Thrust value is dipping down this much, you know, and considering we're going into such an anticipated event, you know, the week 1 of Age of Overlord, and Thrust and Ken and Gen are the cards, well, you gotta love hype. Jet Synchron. So I will say here that there are infinite printings of this card. All right, you don't have to have the super shiny version of this. But with the Diabell Star package kind of coming on into the light here, you've got people that are looking at all of these different variations and things out here going, hey, you know, I kind of want to pick this up and I kind of want to give this some consideration out here because, you know, being able to basically have Diabell Star plus this, you're automatically at, you know, a level 8 synchro at that stage. And that kind of, you know, seems pretty good. Obviously, once again, I mean, your Legendary Duelist commons are cheap. Your OTS 9s are, both are dollars. All right, but for that very nice shiny version from Structure Deck Synchron Extreme back in the day, still can't believe you're spending $8 on that. You know, I get it, but the Super's always been worth something. Nightmare Magician. What is up with this card, man? Every time I come back and I look at this, and I mean, to be fair, like, the Baphomet stuff has been entirely cheap for most of its life. It's not like any strange thing that has caused this to kind of go haywire, go topsy-turvy, but the biggest things I keep seeing here are, you know, this card floats around the $5 range, and I mean, looking at your market prices across the board here for, you know, the Chimera stuff, you kind of are seeing the same thing. And it's also not like this card is, you know, out of the realm of possibility, because you had the Quarter Century up here floating about the $38, $39 mark. Once again, it's not like this version's incredibly, you know, expensive, but it's just, I mean, you even had sales on it fairly recently. So I'm kind of curious. Once again, I mean, the Chimera branded deck, especially with, you guessed it, tech choices. Are you kidding me? The Champion Pack 5 Protector of the Sanctuary got crated off the market. And then the Dark Revelations versions are $13. See, this is what I was talking about when you're looking at like the hype going into this weekend, because now, you see somebody talking about disturbance strategy with Protector of the Sanctuary. Now suddenly people are actually spending $13, $14. I mean, you have, I can't believe Protector of the Sanctuary. It's all because it's a fiend. All right, that's it. People actually have been paying this. Well, your YCS Indy hype is going to be based around some sort of Protector of the Sanctuary hype train. And so many heavy plays of this on the market. There are only 4 near mints left, and they're all at $250 a piece. I don't know what to tell you at this point. I'm expecting this to kind of just fall to the wayside. It's once again kind of cute, but for your hype, okay, sure. Time to go through bulk. Disturbance strategies. Look at this. Nice $8. Nice reds. $8, $9, $10. The blueberries. I'd rather have the blueberries, honestly, for $5, $6. Disturbance strategy greens, $4. The OTS commons got bought out. Are you kidding me? And then we're down to, why would you buy the OTS commons over the Dark Revelation? Question some of these things. But yeah, massive movements across the board in both disturbance. Oh my gosh. This is hilarious. Man, pick up the duelist leagues. They're at least cheaper, at least for the hype. We've been following this a couple times over the course of the week here. And I still can't believe, turning back to this, that this is what we're seeing actually happening. Peaceful Planet Calarium. Wow. The fact that somebody just paid $38.90. Why would you spend $40 when they're $24? No, they're $20. Come on up to $23. The price of the near mints, man. I am genuinely intrigued. Once again, this is checking off into the mark of, hey, we have new format here. People are looking at wanting to test out new stuff. People, honestly, are kind of genuinely excited for this, and I don't really blame them at this point in time because, Manadium did get Triskaluda. It does kind of give the deck some new life. And, 1 to 2 new cards does make people want to try out things. Yeah, there's not really much change on this. And then, of course, Riem Heart back here. Yeah, I remember when these were pushing $12 weeks ago. Actually, somebody just paid $12. Why? I love this. When they are basically $8 effectively across the board. All right, well, you know how you want to spend your money. That's okay. $9. Sure. Dangerous. This is kind of something to keep an eye on right now, especially with the hype out of the weekend here. The Battles of Revenge copies. There are only 38 listings left of this on the market. And you can really thank Tier Elements for being one of the bigger decks in the room, kind of showcasing this. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see something maybe go a little bit crazy with this over the weekend here, especially, if Tier is more successful. This is one of those, hey, it's Saturday morning, kind of keep an eye on these things in case, you start to see something change up, because it just takes one movement. Speaking of things that haven't been doing so well, Purely, $71 now for Norse. My Friends down to 62s, and then 45s. The field centers are 15, but what? All these are down to $19 to $18. I bet you didn't see that coming. Regular Pureleys, these are down to like $17. These haven't tanked quite as bad. 14. Yeah, about $14. Basically, all the Purely stuff is going down. It'd be kind of cool to see this deck have a resurgence and actually kind of spin on back here and actually be very interesting. And then, of course, Novelist finally gets its power-ups. The at table here coming in, this is actually probably one of the nicer collector's rares, unironically, at a nice $18 to $19. I actually want to pick up a set of these. And then, of course, you are getting the $5 range for these, so not too terrible. And then, of course, the Voce de la Carte, today's menu, going to be bringing you in about $4 to the $5 range. Nothing too crazy about this, but once again, the Novelist stuff, it feels like it's missed the mark. But for a more passionate deck, yeah, I know, I made a terrible pun there. But for somebody that wants to enjoy this deck and have fun, I don't foresee them reprinting these cards anytime soon. They're already incredibly cheap as it is. Obviously, the Vanquish Soul cards are going to be more of the crazy movements that you're going to see back here for a set like this. But that's where we're sitting with today's market. So this is your pregame for YCS Indy. I hope that you guys enjoyed. So please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace.
Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.